Good evening, class. My name is Mary Joyce Munoz, and I am very grateful to be here today to talk about the serious issues of bullying. My objective and my goal for today's lesson is that we resurface the issues of bullying, understand what it is, and how we can stop bullying. And the ways that we can do that is by creating a safe environment for our students to feel more comfortable, to stop and report bullying, and also to regain a respectful mind, to be kind to one another, and to be there to speak out and help others when others are being bullied. In order to understand what bullying is, I have a public service announcement that I found on YouTube where it shows how one is being bullied.
Jog to school. Get your life together. Your mom needs.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood. A world where I'm not afraid to go to school, to speak out, to be myself. A world where I'm not afraid to be caught alone. You have the power to stop the bullying. Speak out. Speak up. Educate. Find out what to look for and how you can make a difference. Bullying is not kids being kids. It's not about good homes or bad homes. It's not a normal part of growing up. Did you know that a bully will stop his or her behavior in 10 seconds when their peers speak up? I shouldn't have to be afraid to get on the school bus, to turn on my computer, or walk to my locker. Use your voice. We have the power to stop bullying.
So what is the issue that we find here? Some of the issues from this video that we saw was that there were girls taunting another girl. We saw that the girls were name calling her that she was a freak, saying that she was a loser, and saying that she was ugly. We saw that they were teasing her, saying that not even her mom wanted her, or that she should get a life. We saw threats happening, and we saw a lot of gossiping and a lot of exclusion. All of these things that we see over here are different things that make up bullying. And it is very important that we understand what they are and how hurtful they can be to one person. So some of the statistics that I found in my textbook were that 1/3 to half of America's children reported being bullied. A class of 20 students, out of 2 to 3 students come to school every day fearing of being bullied, harassed, or worse. And that is very hurtful to know, because school is a place where you can make friendships, where you grow in your education and accomplish certain things that you should be happy of. And knowing that there are students coming to school being feared that they're going to be bullied or targeted is very hurtful, and we need to stop that. The last statistics that I found is that more than 40% of students do admit that they are a suspect of being bullied. And more than half have witnessed someone being bullied and have not even tried to stop it or even report it. And that's why I'm here today, to teach you guys about the importance of bullying and the issue that is there. And hopefully after this lesson we can all have the courage and bravery to stop bullying if we see it being done to one of our peers, or even report it, and to speak out for that person. So who are the targets being bullied? What is sad about bullying is that some adults feel like it is a normal thing that we need to go through when we are in our early stages of life. There are quotes saying that students are just tattling and that it's a natural thing, or that boys will be boys. But bullying comes both from boys and girls. It comes from everyone, and that's what's scary. There are 3 types of bullying. There are physical bullying, where we can see people fighting, shoving people or pushing them around. Relational bullying, where we see people gossiping about one another, spreading rumors, or excluding one another from a certain group or a certain activity. And lastly, there is cyberbullying. And cyberbullying is something that we see a lot even now today because of the growth of technology. How many of us have cell phones? How many of us have computers? How many of us think that it's easier to say something to somebody through a screen rather than face to face? I found this quote from my textbook from a teacher that basically talks about cyberbullying and the damages that it can do, and the damage and impact that it can do. It says, and I quote, "You could pass around a note to classmates making fun of a peer, and it stays in the room. But when you post that same note online, thousands can see it. The whole world becomes witness and is invited to participate. Wherever kids go with their computers or phones, which is nearly everywhere, the bullies come with them." And unfortunately, cyberbullying is what we see a lot today because of that. The phones, the internet, the laptops, it's all around us. So why do you think people bully? The number one reason why people bully is because of the differences. Different way of how people look differently, the different cultures that they have. My culture is different from your culture, so they target on that. Or different beliefs. Beliefs of being gay, beliefs of different religions, and things like that. Any difference that I have with another person is a way to pick at and target them and be hurtful towards that person because of their different beliefs or looks or culture like that, or any way like that. And the effects of them can be very damaging. It can affect them on their academic ability. It can withdraw them from going to any activities because they may feel that they don't belong in that activity. It can cause them to have an eating disorder, feel like they have no purpose, they don't get hungry anymore, they're just upset or have a full hatred in themselves. They don't feel motivated or don't even want to have that energy that they get from foods. And lastly, they can feel depressed, which can lead to suicide. And that's where it gets hard. Bullying can lead to deadly consequences, and that's something that is a huge issue today, where they feel like they have no purpose and no reason to be here anymore because of the low self-esteem that they received from others, of being called ugly, saying that their mother doesn't even want them. It pushes them to even take their own life, and that is something that is very important, where we need to understand as an individual. It can also affect on causing fights, causing people to vandalize property because of anger, and it also can cause people to drop out of school. And like before in the video, it says that they are fearful to go on the bus and to go to school because they are scared of being a target of being bullied, harassed, or worse. So dropping out of school is kind of like the easy way out of it, and that's not right either. So how can we stop bullying? In Valencia, we have 13 principles of how we treat each other. And out of those 13, I found 3 principles that I feel that are effective on how we can stop bullying. And the number one principle that I found that was most effective is creating a hospitable and accountable community. Be welcoming. Welcome others that are around you. Say hello to them, smile at them, because you don't know what they are going through or how they're feeling about their day. And acknowledge others. Acknowledge that person that walked in. Don't ignore them. And like I said, you don't know what they're going through. So it is very important to be hospitable towards them, and be welcoming, because probably a smile, a hug, or a wave is what they needed to help them overcome something that they're going through. Another principle that I found that is very helpful in how we can stop bullying is to understand that all voices have value. Be kind with your words, and when a person is willing to stand up for something and speak, know that it is precious. Know that what is being said is very important, and that the person is hearing the words that you're saying. So be that girl who went up to that other girl who's being bullied, and be there for that person and help them understand their worth and understand and know that they have a purpose, because those kind words that you give them can help them turn around and find a light in their darkness. And it is very important that we understand that every word has value in it. And the last principle that I found that is very important as well on how we treat each other is to listen deeply. Listen to what is being said and be aware of others' feelings. It is important to know and understand that what you're saying to me is what is coming from the heart, and to know that how you feel is something very special, because they are your feelings and that's how you feel. And if you feel hurt, I want to be there to help you feel better about that. So I'm going to help you, encourage you, and help say kind words to you so that you can feel better about yourself rather than feeling worse and depressed and things like that. So remember these 3 principles. Remember that we need to create a hospitable and accountable community by being welcoming, by smiling at others. Remember that all voices have value, and listen deeply to the words that are being said and to the feelings that one person may feel. If they're feeling hurt, be there and help them. Did you know that you have the power to stop bullying? You do. It takes about 10 seconds for the bully to change their behavior if their peers speak up. So know that you can speak out. You can speak up. If you are subject to being bullied, use your voice. Speak up and let that person know how you feel, and let that person know that they are wrong. You can use your voice, and your voice has tons of value. What you're feeling is important, and if you're being targeted of being bullied, know that each and every one of us care. So these are the things that you need to know, and I challenge each and every one of you to remember these things. To know that if you see somebody being bullied, know that you can stop it. You have that power to help another person. Don't just stand there and don't brush it off and know that it is normal. It's not normal. It is not normal for somebody to commit suicide because of somebody bullying them and using hurtful words and just being a bully. It's not. So I challenge each and every one of you to go throughout your day at school and be more welcoming to somebody. Be a friend to them and let them know that they are valued, and let them know their worth, because bullying is not worth it and bullying is not fun. I appreciate the time that I've had today to come here and to teach you guys about bullying, the issues of it, and how we can become better individuals. Thank you for your time.